The inverse of a square operation is the square root operation. When our variable is being squared, or when our variable is inside an expression being squared, well, we know that we can use the inverse of that square, which is going to be to take the square root of both sides. If the variable is inside the square operation, then use the square root operation to solve for the variable. Once we do square root both sides and release the expression from within, this produces a positive and negative outcome. Break the equation into two equations, and we're going to get two answers out of these type of equations. Here we see that we solve this equation and get that n is equal to positive 10 and n is equal to negative 10. Both of these numbers will solve this equation. Over here in this one where we have a bigger expression, we still just square root both sides, we get the expression out, but we're going to have to solve two of these equations. One to address it being positive 5, and the other to address it being negative 5. And we'll have two answers, x equals 9 and x equals negative 1. Both can go into this equation and make this equation true. Let's check for understanding. Which equation will need to use the square root operation to solve for m? How do you know? A. m plus 1 equals 25. B. The quantity m plus 1 squared equals 25. Equation blank will need to use the square root operation to solve for m because B. Equation B will need to use the square root operation to solve for m because the variable is inside the square root operation. Here's our variable, and it's inside this complete expression, all of it being squared. So we will need to use the square root operation to bring this variable out of the square and able to solve.